my name's Evelyn. Today we're going to be talking about motivation. One of my biggest issues is that when I come back from school, I'm usually so tired that I just want to curl up on my bed and binge watch all my favourite TV shows. Even though I've still probably got about 5 pieces of homework due in the next day. But let's be honest, we've all been there. So today I'm going to share with you 10 of my favourite tips and tricks to get off my bed and get some work done. But before we get started, make sure you press that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you get notified every time that I post a new video. Also, make sure to like and comment down below what kind of videos you would like to see next. So, without further ado, let's get started. Tip number 1 is to look at the bigger picture. Is there some kind of goal you want to achieve? Maybe a particular career or a set of grades. Let that be your end goal. And try thinking about it this way. This task you do today could affect whether you reach your goal or not. I always try and say to myself, your goal is going to take a lot of hard work, and just sitting here doing nothing isn't going to help you. And that always seems to make me feel more motivated. Tip number 2 is what I like to call the 10-minute trick. So basically, if you have a piece of homework that you really don't want to do, I try to say to myself, just do 10 minutes. Because 10 minutes doesn't seem like a long time. So I do 10 minutes, and by the time that 10 minutes is up, I most likely won't be done with my task, and my brain will be focused enough to keep going. And this way, I get more work done. Tip number 3. This tip is about to-do lists. I'm sure you've heard loads of YouTubers tell you how important to-do lists are. And trust me, they are super important to keep you focused. But just looking at that huge list on your desk can be enough to demotivate you and make you just want to stay in bed longer. So what I like to do is have 3 priorities, which is basically 3 things. Now, 3 things doesn't seem like a lot to get done in a day now, does it? So if I don't do anything this day, as long as I do these 3 things, my brain will feel so accomplished, and your brain loves to feel accomplished. And this will keep your brain feeling motivated to keep on going and achieve more of these tasks and be able to complete them faster and be motivated the next day to do your next 3 priorities. Tip number 4. Have you ever realized that when your desk or your room is really untidy, you just can't seem to focus? Well, that's the case with me at least. So every day I make it a point that before I go to bed or after school, I put some effort into cleaning my room, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Now this does not have to be a deep clean. You don't have to vacuum your floors or clean up your drawers. Just make your bed, tidy up your desk, pick up the things off the floor, and that way your mind will just become more clearer and will help you be able to focus. Similarly, another thing that it's super weird, but I cannot work if my hair is down. I just can't focus. So whenever I'm studying, I have to have my hair up. Otherwise, I just lose focus. I don't really know what that's about, but if you're trying to get focused, then maybe try tying your hair up. It's worth a try at least. Tip number 5. My next tip is about tackling that big task on your to-do list. The way I like to think about it is by breaking it down into smaller chunks. So if I have a report or an essay to do for school, my teachers might give me around a week to do it. And so every day I'll probably do 1 or 2 paragraphs, because the thought of writing that whole report in one go seems like a lot of hard work. But when you break it down into just writing a paragraph a day, paragraph doesn't seem like that much. But just a word of warning, you do need to have a lot. Well, you need to start early on the task to be able to use this trick. Tip number 6. Now, you might have heard this one about a million times, but it is to put your phone away. It is such an important tip. I will do whatever I can to go on my phone. So lately I've been physically turning my phone off so that it's powered off, because let's be honest, I can't be asked to wait long enough for it to turn back on. And I put it at the very back of the highest drawer in my cupboard. That way I actually have to get a chair to be able to reach it, and everyone knows I'm too lazy to do that. I know that this sounds super dramatic, but it works. Trust me. Tip number 7. Sometimes you've got to do boring tasks. I'm really sorry, but there's no way around that. But when you have some tasks like revising, why not try and make it interesting? Make it fun. If you've got to learn definitions, try and make a matchup game. If you've got a little bit more revision to do, why not take a piece of paper and make like a poster with all the information you need on it and hang it up on your room. Or find a website that kind of makes revision fun. One of my personal favourites to use is Seneca. It's an online website that almost makes revision like a game, but you still learn so much from it. And what's so great about it is that it's completely free, and it has courses from all the way to primary school to GCSEs and maybe even A-levels. I'm not sure, but I will check. I'll have the link for this in the description box below, and honestly I cannot recommend this enough. It is amazing. Tip number 8. Sometimes when I'm feeling really unmotivated, I like to find some motivation using the internet. I like to use YouTube and watch study with me because this kind of guilt trips me into feeling super lazy and makes me want to get up and do some work. Another thing that I like to do is using real-time study with me, because then it's like there's somebody there to hold you accountable, and it's like someone's there studying with you. If you'd like to see this kind of videos, comment down below and I'll try and make this happen. A channel that I really like watching is Ruby Granger. She has so many real-time study with me's and they're super interesting to watch and work along with. But just a word of warning with this, it may not work for everyone, including me. Whenever I use this tip, it can either go 2 ways. One, it can make me feel super motivated and I get loads of work done. Or I can fall into a never-ending downhill spiral of binge watching. And that is, that's not what we want to do. Tip number 9. This tip is to make sure that there's no way you're going to get up after you sit down. Because when your brain doesn't want to do something and you force yourself to sit down, it's going to think of a million ways for you to get up and not do that thing that you force yourself to do. For example, if I force myself to study, I'll sit down and then I'll be like, oh, I'm hungry. And then I'll go grab a snack. And I'll come back and I'll be like, oh, I'm thirsty. And then I'll go grab a drink. And it will just keep on going like that and you're going to get no work done. So what I like to do is I like to have my essentials nearby. Well, not necessarily on my desk, but near my desk. So maybe on the floor by my desk or on my bed, wherever you find it more comfortable. I'll have a snack, I'll have some water, I'll have some tissues, and I'll even keep lip balm. You can kind of use the same technique with all your resources, like books, pens, paper, etc. And I just think it's really good for you to kind of just stay there and stay focused. My last tip is to have a rest day. Don't work every day. I personally don't like to work on Fridays. So I know that if I don't get all my work done before Fridays, then I won't be able to rest. And this really motivates me to work super hard on all the other days and get all my work done. Because I really want that rest like everybody else does. So find a day that's suitable for you to rest. And you can use something similar and hopefully it will motivate you to keep on going. So that's all the tips I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I hope you learned a couple of new tricks that you can implement into your daily lifestyle. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!